Well, hello everybody. I actually should have tagged Ian Bjorkman in this. I do want to get that video out. There's actually an entire part two to it as well. There was two sessions. I got two 5-minute windows. MLA Glenn Van Dyken brought forward at the second half to allow me to go into absolutely all the First Peoples. Treaty 4, the overlap into Alberta, 6, 7, 8, and absolutely the overlap of 10. So, Albertans, all First People, all Métis, all Inuit, the overlap of Treaty 8 into the Arctic. I addressed it all in absolute international law, in real constitutional conventions, in real legal speak. 10 minutes in the legislature tonight. I did that live. You're all going to see the legislature release tomorrow. Word for word, everything I articulated. It was my last address in the province of Alberta. This is my last birthday that I will celebrate in the province of Alberta as an Albertan. Fifth generation, my kids are sixth. You'll hear all that. You'll see the transcripts. I did record it all. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the grumbling of the background. Ian's video is good in the part one. You hear everybody. Regardless, the legislature is going to disclose all that to all Albertans. I hit it hard. I hit it home. I hit it in real legal speak. I tag Richard Albert, my mentor and good friend, Dr. Richard Albert, Director of Law for Texas U, who's also Canada's #1 legal expert, as well as he's one of the top 10 in the entire world. You can't become a lawyer in the country of Canada in any province without passing the Richard Albert portion of your studies. That's just one expert I have. There's more than 152. Richard Albert would be the best choice for Canadians. It's going to be the best choice for Albertans. Should Jason Kenney put down the crown and with a single stroke of a pen, there's nothing Justin Trudeau or any other Prime Minister, parliamentary, or anything else can do about it. This is legal in the country of Canada. It always has been. I gave it for all of you, for all the First Peoples in Alberta. This is only for the Crown land provincially, which is a bulk of what remains unsettled in Alberta. Alberta has monumental achievements comparatively to the rest of Canada. If you guessed the unceded portions of Canada, you'd be correct. They are the least settled. And in fact, they actually redesigned their boundaries, taking Crown settled lands from the treaty lands to make themselves appear better, when in reality they're not. It is those unceded areas of Canada that are absolutely the worst. I didn't get into any of the negative. I got into all the positive, the full path forward, well articulated. It was for all Albertans. This, should Jason Kenney pursue it, or any future premier, should you pursue it, you can erase Alberta's deficit. You can erase it literally just by doing a constitution, settling the claims, releasing it to all the First Peoples and all Albertans in a fair, even split. I will bring forward the greatest academics. There's an upgrade. It's no longer 10 million, even though that's Richard's presentation. I've upgraded in international law, American treaty, international law and treaty of the binding five, world binding law, what we need to do going forward in real legal speak, in accordance with our federal constitution, the highest governing laws of the land. I use the crown against the crown, so to speak, and any premier, especially for Premier Jason Kenney, in his low approval rating. You want to turn things around and you are not going to be that POS a lot of people believe you to be. This is how you do it. I don't care what premier does it. I don't even care about political parties. They're all of the crown. Anyone who is live in this legislative presentation, in the most bulk of all rights all Canadians have are property rights, which, I hate to tell you, they are not enshrined. Don't believe in Bill of Rights. Don't believe in the Alberta Act. Bill of Rights, 9-page document. That's laughable. It's laughable. There are no details, absolutely no rules of governance, no how to govern, and no accountability under the Section 92. It was called for. It was called for since 1867. It remains enshrined under V5, a real hard, bound, and unremovable piece of Constitution. It's for all provinces and territories, should premiers pursue it. I gave that legal path to one Jason Kenney and his UCP. Now, if Jason doesn't pursue it, let's hope Brian Jean defeats him, because I know my good friend Brian Jean will do it. And in fact, when this video is done, I'm going to go back and tag him. But I want you all to see the video. Mine may be garbled. I will break it down into the time. It was 2 hours, lots of presentations. I believe I stole the show. I'll let that for all Albertans and all the First Peoples to determine. I'm not a fraud. I never have been. People can be angry about the things I've done, but I have promised and I have delivered on the entire world stage. I've been to the highest plateaus in international law, the highest powers of the world. Last week I was in with SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Do you know I can't even get an audience with Chief Justice Wagner, let alone any justice in Canada, because I'm no good. I'm no good for nothing, because I'm just a filthy third-class citizen. Doesn't matter how much academic work I do. It doesn't matter how much I read, how much I understand, or how much work I do for absolutely free. I will never amount to a hill of beans in their eyes. But yet, somehow throughout the world, in real free democracies, I can be celebrated, I can be treated as an equal citizen, and it's what I give, what I bring forward that matters, as was today in the Alberta legislature. I don't know what's going to come of it. It will be published for all of you. It will be made available, and it will be forever in the legislature of Alberta. My last address in Alberta. That's a fact. I won't be an Alberta citizen for too much longer. A few weeks. It's a roadmap. It's works. It's great works for all of you. It can lead all of Canada. When one province adopts these things in constitutionalism, gives the power to the people under the division of powers, it will spread like wildfire. Nobody's going to want Crown land. Nobody's going to want to be usurped in their property rights, or, like the First Peoples, removed entirely from humanity. It's not the end-all and be-all, but I promise you all this. Should Alberta pursue this, it will spread, especially in all the treaty lands, ceded and unceded. It will be a massive blow across the country. When you see the wealth released to the people, when you see accountability, rules of governance, how to govern, and absolute settlement, a fair for all, and equality for all. Releasing the power of capitalism to you, the people, not being subjected to all the problematic portions of it, while somebody else enjoys all the rich rewards. Socialism and real social programs, instead of being subject to all the costs, all the problematics associated with that, you will get the perks and the problems, just like capitalism. They're two things. It will dissolve the left and right. It will bring all Canadians, all First Peoples together. You'll see a nation within a nation. If you don't believe me or say, that's impossible, Dave, I can tell you Richard Nixon, the United States of America, completed that from 1971, finalized in 1975. The American Indian has 135%. Did you hear that? 135% more private property as only 6.7 million people in the United States of America than all 40 million Canadians, plus the First Peoples, plus the Métis and the Inuit combined. 135% more land. They have full self-government, autonomy. They have it all. They're doing very well, a lot of them. This could be for all of Canadians, just like America, just like Russia. Why? Well, why do we shy away from the federalism we were promised? We should have had. But the Crown took it from you, and they never gave it back. It was called for in 1867. If all the provinces and territories, the provincial premiers, the territorial premiers, pursued this, settled at least the Crown claims of provincial and of the Arctic, imagine how much pressure would be put on the federal government. People tell me, Richard Albert, you tell me, oh, it's almost impossible to amend the Canadian Constitution. I promise you, Richard, if we completed these provincial tasks, if it's one province at a time, it does get more costly. It would be cheaper to do it federal and provincial, but maybe that's not possible. Maybe for just $13 million for the province of Alberta, you lead by example, you show. The rest of the provinces get jealous. Your wealth, your abundance, the boom, the absolute removement of people, including the First Peoples, new land access that's all of theirs under their control, new rights for all the people of Alberta cemented. When you talk about water rights, property rights, these are not small things. They're not privy of the federal government. As long as we allow there to be provincial and federal Crown lands, this will always be about the Crown abusing all of you, changing the rules at will, even raping, murdering, and genociding you. That's a fact. If you haven't read your history books, I don't know what to tell you. It goes on and on and on. This convoy shone a light on that. It shone a light on that. The government has to know by now they're not up to the tasks. They need specialized systems in place. That's called constitutionalism. It's what makes countries like Russia and USA superpowers. That's reality. Federalism, folks. It's not a bad concept. Not bad for the Iroquois Confederate. The Confederacy of the Iroquois. They invented it, at least in North America, their brand, their version. And yet they're removed from it in Canada. Removed from it. All First Peoples. There will be no regionalism for you. None of that of which you invented. Can you believe that, Canadians? That's the truth. That's real intellectual knowledge from across the entire world. The best legal minds in the world. Never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop achieving. That's what I do. And that's what I bring forward. We'll see what Alberta decides. We'll see. I'm not the Crown, I'm not Jason Kenney. But I can bet you this. If Brian Jean wins leadership, he will go through this for all of you. Thanks. That's my video. Never lose hope, because I promise you, where I'm going and what I'm doing, and with my knowledge of international law and my experts, I take that which is the greatest theories and I make it reality. That's my skill set. I'm blessed by God, the Creator, call it what you will, with some pretty cool talents to organize and build some pretty tremendous things. And I promise you, going forward in the time I go for my dual citizenship and that time I spend in America, that I'm locked down in America following their system, I am going to move mountains. And if the government don't want to do it reasonably for all of you and all of the First Peoples, the Métis, the Inuit, that Treaty Indian, and of the other provinces, unceded, ceded alike, I will move that mountain and I will show you how. I will do it from America. And there is literally nothing Canada's going to be able to do about it, especially when you move the international community. And I know how to do that. And I'm going to prove it to all of you. We're not done, not by a mile. Today was a highlight. The people are waking up. The cat's out of the bag. You can't dismiss it anymore. They can make fun of me. You will watch as I deal with children's genocide. I bring the real legal path, the real court forward for all the First Peoples. I hope, I pray to God, I pray for that, the Creator. Please, please, chiefs, deliver for the children, deliver for the people. I have never lied to anybody. Never in my life. Well, everybody has, but not when it comes to my Canada, my Alberta, and all of my First Peoples. We're all in this together. My heart is for everybody. I gave my word. For many years I have lived that I always tell the people the truth. It's not popular. You get a lot of kickback. People watch my followings go down, they go up. I will go up again. I'm not worried about that. I'm a creative guy. I get to it. A lot of people don't understand. I understand that. But I can't be boggled down in everybody's special interest. You're all special, but it doesn't mean you get to capitalize with your special interest. There's more to the world than just one or two ideas. There's definitely more to the world than being a compulsive liar. That comes from politics. It's why Canadians especially gravitate to it. They just don't know any other way. They're part of the institution. I do love the example of Jesus. I have tried tremendously hard, no matter the cost, to follow him as best as I can as just a man. Whether people want to believe that or not, that's okay. Proof is in the pudding, and you will see again and again and again, I'll deliver. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for anything. Just your support, your shares, your likes. I fail all the time. I fail 9 out of 10 times. Tonight was a big step. It's not the end all and be all by no means, but it's logged forever in the place of my birth in my home province on my 44th birthday. Let's see what I can do in the next 20 years. Let's see. God bless everybody. Have a good night. You will see it all. I'm uploading to YouTube. It's 2 hours. You will see the first part and the second part. MLA Glenn Van Dyken did the second part, question and answer. That's what happened. And First People, I promise you, you're there. You're there. So thank you, Ian, and God bless you too. We got a lot of work to do, old buddy. Bye now.